What's going on, sports fans, and welcome back to the next season of One-on-One with BG. I am your host, BG, and we are going to be talking about all things Buccaneers this season. We just got done with the draft. I think we had a pretty damn good draft, if I do say so myself. So we're going to go ahead and grade this draft. We're going to watch some highlights from our new draftees, and we're going to welcome them to the crew. So stay tuned for this episode of One-on-One with BG as we travel through the new 2025 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all Bucs fans of all ages, welcome back to One-on-One with BG. I am your host, of course, BG. And last year, we had a fantastic season as a team and really thoroughly enjoyed putting all of these episodes together for you. And this year and this season, we are celebrating the 50th season of Tampa Bay football in the Bay Area. So today we're going to be breaking down our 2025 draft class. All, what was it? 6 picks? 5 picks? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5 picks, 6 picks. Maybe we'll count as we go along. We're going to grade each pick. We're going to watch the highlights of each player. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So let's go ahead and get started, man. All right. So obviously you can see right here right over here, I have the highlight reel pulled up. We're going to be starting with our very first pick that came in the very first round, number 19 pick. And we picked up the star wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. I hope I said that right. I really do. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. You will know that I am known for botching names so much, but we want to welcome you to the crew. So at first sight, before we watch the highlight video here, at first sight, I wasn't too sure about this pick because I was like, okay, well, we already have a loaded wide receiver room. Why are we adding another one? I mean, we have Mike Evans, we have Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan really stepped into his own last year. You know, Sterling Shepard did a good part, and I'm like, maybe this isn't too bad of a pick because Mike Evans is on the back end of his career, his Hall of Fame career, let's put it that way. He's on the back end of that. Chris Godwin coming off of a major injury, multiple injuries through his career already thus far, and Jalen McMillan, though he is young, yes, he is stepping to his own, so he's only going to get better, obviously. And Sterling Shepard, again, one of those guys that's, you know, been in the league a while, passed around a lot. So the more I thought about this pick, the more I started to like it. And I'm like, you know, maybe it was a best available kind of thing. And I'm like, it makes sense though. And then I watched the highlight and I'm like, this is a great addition. So let's go ahead and we'll watch this highlight reel from Ohio State. And again, as you guys know, I have my tablet here, so I'll be looking down, but you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and watch this. I'm not going to be doing any annotation or anything. We're just going to be watching. So let's go ahead and start this. Ohio State had a fantastic season last year. Obviously, national champions in the college football playoffs. There we saw a nice sideline route from him. Over the slot. So what you'll see and what his game really reminds me of is that Chris Godwin game. So a lot of slot receiver, and from what I've seen, he has size though. Like he's got size, but he's also got these strong hands. So he's got the route running of Chris Godwin with the hands of Mike Evans, which is incredible. So he's one of those players, and we saw it in Ohio State, that he's one of those players that he could take one of those screen passes and turn it into a touchdown. And we're going to see it right here, speak, as it's going on. So he's one of those players that can do stuff like this, that can take that screen pass and that bubble screen and take it all the way to a touchdown. I mean, he was a huge part of that Ohio State offense. And again, the more I looked and dove into this pick, the more I thoroughly enjoyed it and thought, wow, this is a great pick. And how he dropped all the way to 19 to us was incredible. So we see him on a nice little 5-yard out. And again, the route running, the great strong hands. And there's a part in here where we'll see like just how strong his hands are. So great concentration, right? A big body. Again, just like Mike Evans, a big body along the sideline. So that's great to have, and Baker's going to love this. So great hand-eye coordination. Obviously, you need that as a receiver. Let's see. I'm just going to continue to keep watching here. I mean, they're just feeding and feeding and feeding him. And again, breaking tackles, that's fantastic. And again, Ohio State had a phenomenal year last year. Again, going into the college football playoffs. I mean, when they got into the postseason, and really before the postseason, they were just tearing teams apart. Here's a good one. Flash and just strong hands at the goal line. Those are qualities that we're looking for in receivers. And we're going to see a replay here, and they're going to show it. Yeah. So he just gets to the goal line, runs an out, bang, and just strong hands with the defender on him. That was an amazing catch. That was an incredible catch. The hand-eye coordination, tracking down the ball, right, really holding on to it. And again, there's a couple of them that we'll see here that were just very impressive. That was another one. The quarterback high points this ball and puts it, just where he can get it, puts it right over the head of that Iowa defender. So we got him against Oregon. This was their first matchup. And again, one of those guys that can just slip out of the backfield and be kind of a release for Baker Mayfield. And again, all these routes that we're seeing these routes that a Chris Godwin has run, a Jalen McMillan has run, Sterling Shepard, Mike Evans. We're seeing all of these, right? That's just a wheel route. Excuse me, I'm just kind of getting off work. So this right here, this was another one, right? Great hands. He puts it right in the pocket. Here we go. So great protection from the Ohio State line as well. They obviously these passes, he doesn't get as open if the quarterback's not protected. So quarterback has plenty of time to look downfield for these plays to develop. Then we got a little body cam shot here. So slip out into the flat, beats the corner, beats the linebacker to the edge. He's got incredible speed. I don't know. So here's another one. And that's another thing I like, right? It almost seems like he notices, right, quarterback's in trouble, got a guy coming around the back, so he's probably not going to be able to put enough oomph. And so he sees that, and so he goes back to the ball. Again, great throw, pitch and catch for them. A good celebrate. Very good reason to celebrate. Just over the hand of that defender. That was incredible. I feel like we're going to see a lot of highlights of him this year. Right on the sideline. Right, he is going to be a problem for some of those zone defensive teams. Great step up. Yeah, he's just finding these open spaces in the zone, and he's just getting there and just flashing for his quarterback. This right here, I think this was the play. So yeah, this was against Tennessee. He had a fantastic game against Tennessee. We're in the postseason here now. Or maybe not. That was an incredible catch. The hand-eye, the coordination to be able to catch that through the defender's hands. So no, I think it was here. Where he, yes, this catch right here. When we see the replay, we'll look at this. So this catch right here, the defender tips it, and then he tips it kind of to himself. We're not going to be able to see it here. And to be able to keep that concentrate right here. Gets hit, grabs it with one arm, and then lets go, brings it back in. That concentration to be able to hold on to that is incredible. And here we are. We're in one of the semifinal games. Catching in traffic. Again, strong hands. Strong hands by the receiver. And making people... That right there. Strong hand. Notre Dame player swiping at the ball. And him hanging on to it. So, fantastic run by him. Thoroughly a great pick. Again, I wasn't too sure about it at first. So... but I'm loving the pick now. So a grade for this pick is going to be an A. We'll just put it at that. It's gonna be an A. All right, moving into our next draftee here. What we got going is we have Benjamin Morrison, who's a cornerback out of Notre Dame, had a stellar year. Tampa went off after the pieces that we needed, and so we had a very defensive heavy draft, and we'll see that. So we got this corner up. So we'll go ahead and look at Benjamin Morrison's highlights here. Let's go ahead and get this started. And all right, let's go. Here we go. And this it starts off with a pick six. So the way that Benjamin Morrison plays, and the way that I was watching these highlights, he really, and coincidentally wearing 20, reminds me of Rondé Barber. Maybe a little undersized, but man, he's aggressive. He always knows where his man is. He's a very well-versed man-to-man press coverage defender, which is exactly what we needed in our secondary. We needed to address these issues. This, I think, was against Caleb Williams, so I think this was last year. But again, even still, arid throw, right place. Right time. Great play on the ball. Todd Bowles says that I want ball hawks, and this guy is definitely a ball hawk. So we can see him against A&M here, and breaking up, plays in traffic. He is a guy that Todd Bowles will be able to send like a Jamel Dean, or I just had his name earlier. Like an Antoine Winfield, send them on blitzes. This is a great read here. Sees that it's a screen and slips that first tackle and stands a guy up. That's some of the stuff that I saw that I really liked out of Benjamin Morrison, was the way that he could, one, stay with his guy. Fantastic. But the way that he was reading some of these plays, some of those short plays, like those bubble screens and everything like that, and stuff coming out of the backfield. We'll see in this video that he's got a couple stick hits, and it is just incredible. So we can see him tracking down this ball. He is going to be a great one-on-one defender. So, we have a very tough schedule coming out, which we'll do a schedule release when it comes time in a couple weeks here. But, I know we have Philly on the docket. Here's a stick hit right there. Boom. Yes, the guy got the first down, but man, he had to work for it. Right? He was met right at the line by Morrison. Bad throw. Bad throw turns into good defense for Notre Dame. And again, this is another team, right? This team was in the national championship this year. So this team, very well-rounded. A lot of people were calling them one-dimensional. I didn't think they were too one-dimensional. Look at this. He stays with his guy, and he's running these routes for these receivers. Bang! Shot out of a cannon. Like, he's staying with these receivers. He's running these routes for these receivers, and that's exactly what Todd Bowles wants. Great form, great tackling. Here we go. 2nd and 9 against Louisville. Looking great defense. Some people may have called that pass interference, but look at this. The guy stepped out of bounds anyways. Oregon State loading up. This one, I probably would have said that it was a pass interference. I couldn't see the whole thing, but I didn't watch the play live, and we'll see a couple different angles of this, but you never really see what happens prior to him catching the ball. So we see here, ball goes up, and this is the best look. It looks like they kind of run into each other, but it also looks like he kind of pushed him down, so you don't really know. But there was no call. It was the end of the half. But again, bad throw turns into good defense for Benjamin Morrison. So even though it counts against the quarterback and, he gets an interception, right, it's at the end of the half. All right, against Clemson. And Notre Dame played really good teams this year. And again, look at that. Great pressure by the front line leads to a bad pass where he can cut off the receiver and jump these passes, because he's basically running these routes for these guys. Now you can see him at the top of the screen here. He just runs with them. undercuts this receiver. And again, this is an undersized guy. I mean, this guy only stands, I think, at like 6 foot, 190 pounds, right? But he is so physical. He's so physical. He's got speed. I mean, he's staying with these number one receivers. And as I was saying before, we have a tough schedule this year. You know, I know Philadelphia is on the docket for our schedule coming up. So we're going to have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. And I strongly feel that he could cover both of them. I really do. Another good read, stick hit, right? Wait for his teammates to get there, but he initiates the contact. This was a great pick by Tampa Bay. Fantastic pick. In the snow, quarterback can't see. Notre Dame knows exactly what's going on. I mean, I don't even know if you can call that planned, honestly. I mean, that could have been luck, but I mean, luck of the Irish, I guess, right? I mean, quarterback can't see, receiver can't see, but the Notre Dame player can. So, Oregon State again, boom. First one in the backfield. I mean, even if Todd Bowles decides that he wants to send him in, it's going to be incredible. It is going to be incredible. Hand it off, bang, right in the backfield. Tackle for loss. All right, playing South Carolina. Again, good pressure, good defense. Turns into an interception. Yeah, he's gonna do great things for us. I really like this pick. Again, a lot of people said he was undersized, but I think he has so much heart. He has so much grit. He's going to be a great defender for us. So this guy wanted a flag. Not going to get it. Or maybe it was the next play. A lot of hand checking, and that was a 4th and goal stop. So that'll be the one thing. That'll be the one thing about some of these teams that we play this year. You know, they're going to target a lot of these young guys. So we have guys like Eason, and we're going to add Morrison to it. And I forget the guy's name that we got last year that we picked him up. But they're going to go after some of those guys, and they have to be ready. And I think they really stepped into their own last year. So great pick. I'm going to give this one definitely an A because they killed it with these first 2 picks. I really love. You know, they really went after it. Got 2 great players in 2 rounds. So Benjamin Morrison, welcome to the crew. All right, guys, the next newest crew member that we have up is going to be Jacob Parrish. We drafted him in the 3rd round with pick number 84. Again, another cornerback that we're adding to our roster. Again, Morrison coming in. Eason we had that we drafted. So this is, again, another guy. He didn't have as many interceptions as Morrison did in the season, but a lot of pass breakups. I think he had 1 interception, but a lot of pass breakups. And again, good physical, just hard-nosed cornerback football. So let's go ahead and we'll roll this tape. We're gonna roll this tape here. So we'll see him. He'll get highlighted, so you can see him down here in the red dot. And again, immediately going after him, tracking this ball down. Boom. I think that was the 1 interception, which was great, right? It was a great interception. I mean, fantastic coverage by Parrish. Gets his head around, and the receiver had to play defense on him, so we can see him at the top of the formation there. And again, this is another kid that can just read. Bang! This is another kid that can just read. I mean, he's reading the eyes of this quarterback. Okay, so we can see him at the bottom of the line here. Tips this ball, almost intercepts it. So rushes in, jumps, gets the tip. So we can see him lined up here 1-on-1. Quarterback looking that way. No, sir. Not today. I mean, just great defense. I mean, he is a great defender. I mean, honestly, maybe I'm hyping up these guys too much, but I feel like they are doing fantastic. So we can see him in motion here. He's kind of lined up in that slot position. Looking that way. Bang. I mean, that is a hell of a hit. That is a hell of it. That is like a so good of a hit. Like it's borderline. Probably could have gotten a flag. Looking. Nope, not today. A lot of hand checking. Could have been pass interference. Wasn't called. But there we go again. Yeah, I mean this guy. I mean, I just love his attitude. I just love he's playing with such passion. And look at that. Boom. Here, I'm gonna grab your ankle so you can't go anywhere until my teammates come. Excuse me. I mean, again. Yeah, this guy, he wanted a flag. He may have gotten there a little early. Maybe that's a home field advantage. I mean, this was great. I mean, the patience. I'm pretty sure, is that Arizona State? Okay, no. I thought that was that Cam Scandaboo. So the patience that he had to wait for that running back. And here we go. And another little stick hit. Well, not stick hit, but open field tackling. That's another big thing. I mean, we missed so many tackles last year. It seems like every time great traffic defense right there. It seems like every time we seem to be doing something good, we get beat and a receiver breaks off 60 yards because we can't open field tackle. I mean, that was the equivalent of shoestring tackle right there. I mean, just fantastic tackling, a great sense of where the ball is. Again, not really a ball hawk, but man, he's quick. I think he clocked a 4.35 40 at the combine. Which he reached a high of 23 miles per hour. So he's quick, right? So he's going to be able to cover the field left and right. And that's exactly the kind of thing that we want. Great pick. I'm going to put this one at a B-. I think it's a great pick, but I think maybe a little heavy on the corner there, going back-to-back corners. So I'm going to give it a B-, but I do like the pick. I still think maybe he doesn't start immediately, but I think he could be one of those guys that could make a strong impact in a game. So Jacob Parrish, welcome to the crew. All right, so the next guy up that we have coming onto the crew for 2025 is going to be outside linebacker or edge rusher David Walker from Central Arkansas. Again, just addressing all of these defensive needs. And this guy, watching his highlight film, I mean, he's very versatile. He's very versatile. He can play inside, outside. So he does a little bit of coverage, I think. So let's go ahead and we'll watch the highlight reel here. So we see him at the bottom of the formation, and we can see a stunt here, and just going after the quarterback. Right when I watch him, kind of a player that he reminds me. He reminds me of that Shaq Barrett that we have. He reminds me of Shaq Barrett, maybe a Jason Pierre-Paul kind of guy, but he's quick. So he's also kind of reminds me of a Levante David as a linebacker, right? I mean, he's a little bigger, but he's quick. He's very, very quick, and I think he's very, very quick, and I think that's what's going to help with Levante David. Again, Levante David been with the team 10 years now, 12 years now, and so he's getting up there. He's kind of on the back end of his career. We can see this one, a tip turned into a touchdown. So he's on the back end of his career, but we got to start finding his replacement somewhere. Some people thought Devin White was that, right? He didn't turn out to be, so we're still looking. This guy has the potential to be that next man up. Again, great speed, boom, right in the backfield. I mean, this is textbook edge rusher. I mean, the pressure that he brings every single play. I mean, he is slipping tackles. He is bull rushing. He is shooting. Look at this. Look at it. Bang. Basically runs the guy into the backfield, into the quarterback. It is incredible. So we can see there's a chase down here. So we see this receiver get out, and we see him just haul ass all the way across the field to get to him. See him lined up at the top there. The patience. Get it, release. Can't really see him here. Cuts inside. Gets a hand up. Knocks the ball off. Puts a mid up in the air and tips it. Down the edge. Screams across the line. To catch that running back. I mean, this guy's not fooled at all. I mean, then again, they're not really reading that zone. They're not playing that zone option. I feel like that could be a weakness for him. If you get a good team like a Baltimore. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Again, I'm just kind of coming off work. If you get a good team like a Baltimore or a Philadelphia or a Buffalo, which we have on our schedule this year, that zone read option is, I think that could hurt him. He's one of those guys that it could hurt. That it could hurt. So it's one of those things that he may have to work on as we get into OTAs and training camp and mini camps and everything like that. But a grade, I think I'm going to give this a B as well. I think well enough. It's a good pick, but I think he's got some things to work on. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic pick. So David Walker, welcome to the crew. All right, the next crew member, the newest crew member of 2025 that we are welcoming in is going to be our round 5 pick, number 157, Elijah Roberts out of SMU, who was actually the nation-leading QB rusher in college football with 7.5 sacks last season. He stands at 6'5", about 285 pounds. And he runs a sub 540. So this watching this highlight, I mean, you will see he reminds me of, let's see, I had the name earlier. Probably like a William Golston, I would say. Very disruptive, gets into the backfield. So we'll go ahead and let's watch his highlight film here. So I believe he's number 5. So we can see him push off. Yeah. So push off and then bang. Meet me at the quarterback. Meet me at the quarterback. That was a fantastic hit. So we're looking at number 5. He's number 5 for SMU. I mean, just look at this. He has no idea. Boom. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Sorry, TCU. So I think he's going to be a great addition. So again, we're looking for number 5. So I think he's lined up at the top here. Oh, maybe not. He was lined up in the middle. He's very versatile too. Yeah, number 5. This is the guy we're looking at. He can line up anywhere on the line. I mean, he can be on the outside. He can be on the inside. So we can see him here. I mean, he's just quarterback. Where are you going? If you're going to go anywhere, quarterback, let me take the ball first. I mean, just absolute, just the pressure that he gets is incredible. Now, I don't know if he's just playing bad teams. I don't think he is, because I think SMU had a pretty tough schedule this year. So, yeah, we can see him lined up there, and he just steps inside, swim move. Here, get out of my way. I'm coming after your quarterback. Again, could get into trouble with maybe some over pursuit issues. But, man, I mean, he just screams off of the edge. Just screams off the edge. It's fantastic. There's no look at this. So he's lined up basically as like an edge rusher. Slip. Get your ass over here. Oh, they're gonna show it again. Just wait, you can't block me. You can't block me. Give me that football. Yeah, man. So playing Clemson here. I'm pretty sure they had a pretty decent schedule this year. I mean, just in the middle, creates pressure, and then boom. So many forced fumbles. You know, this is another thing that we lacked, right? Pressure. I mean, you guys heard me say it all season last year. We need to create pressure. We need to get off the field on third down. We cannot stay on the field all game. All right, and so adding a piece like this to bring that pressure, to put teams into a second and long, third and long situation, that is what helps us. And again, I think all of these players that they've drafted are to help with those issues that I talked about all season, which is why I'm probably so excited for this draft class. It is probably one of the better draft classes that we've had in quite some time. I'll be completely honest. And since I've really been in depth in watching Tampa Bay football, this is one of the better ones that we've had. Maybe not the best, but definitely one of the better ones. So I will grade Elijah Roberts at a B+. I think it's a fantastic pick. I think he's got some things that he may need to work on. Again, I think an over pursuit might be an issue for him. So working on kind of like that contain, again, as we get into the season and we're playing teams like Philadelphia, Buffalo, Baltimore, stuff like that, you know, where they have running quarterbacks. I think that's the biggest thing and the biggest issue that he may run into. So I'm going to give him a B+. But other than that, Elijah Roberts, welcome to the crew. All right, last but not least, our final pick of the draft, our round 7 pick number 235, a teammate of a current Tampa Bay Buccaneer and a rookie last year, Bucky Irving's teammate from last year at Oregon, Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson is a slot receiver, a little undersized, but he's quick. He's a very, very quick slot receiver. He almost reminds me of a Turpin from Dallas, so I could see him starting on the punt return or the kickoff return team, or rather the punt return team, rather than being as a receiver as much. I mean, maybe on certain packages, but I could see him more in that punt return position. So let's go ahead and we'll watch his highlight reel from Oregon. So we can see him shadowed there in that triple formation at the top. And he just breaks speed to the outside. And again, Oregon was one of those teams that was number 1 like all year long. Again, don't know if they really played anybody, because every time it seemed they played anybody, they lost. But again, I mean, look at that. I mean, this quarterback has all that time in the pocket. And again, this is one of those things where maybe he doesn't have maybe the knowledge of he doesn't have the knowledge of our first pick. I've already lost his name, Emeka, but a fantastic player, and we can see him on a punt return here, and just he's gonna house this thing. So I mean that's where I could see him. I mean, if you get good punt coverage for him, I mean obviously he's gonna house it. See him at the bottom of the formation here, and I think he just kind of runs. Yep, I mean it's almost a little rub route, a little pick route, but he's fast. Like, again, he reminds me of a Turpin. I mean, I think he could probably clock in at about like 22, 23 miles an hour, and those are great moves. You know, that stop and go speed is very dangerous in the NFL. I mean, we've seen it work with receivers like Tyreek Hill, who can stop and then pick up speed back on a dime. Oh, guys, I am sorry for yawning so much. I really am. Again, just working late. It's a late night video, but I'm so excited. I'm just so excited for this. Like, I cannot wait for this stuff to come out. So, again, fantastic player. A lot of his stuff is really the same thing. It's just, great freaking move. Break your ankles. I'm gonna get this first down. Get out of my way. You know, a lot of the stuff is the same thing. A lot of just wheel routes, Slot receiver stuff. Again, we see him in the slot here, going in motion, jet sweep, fake here, dump it off, screen, catch. Great catch, by the way. Lead by the big man, boom. Get some extra yardage. And again, those are going to be the packages that he's good for. Some of those jet sweeps and those screen plays. I mean, he's got great hands, though. You know, I really think this is... oh, we got him on a free play here. I mean, great catch with a defender on him. So he's got strong hands too, which is nice to know. So I just think he's going to be just in certain packages, and I think mainly we'll probably have him on the punt return team. I just feel like that's where he'll fit in the best, but we'll get him. It almost very reminiscent of when we had Scotty Miller, you know, a few years back, you know, on that Super Bowl team. You know, speedy like that, but could also play the punt return. So maybe a position like that. I feel like that would be a good position for him, for Tez. You know, just continuing through these. Oh, great move. Oh, a little shimmy outside, going to cut back inside, make the defender fall. That was fantastic. I didn't see that in the first time that I watched this. I mean, great freaking move. I mean, he just comes right off the line, hits the slot, or hits a slant, and is like, hey, I'm open right here. Hit me in the hands. Again, just speed. I mean, every play he's getting separation. Every play he's getting separation. So lined off, goes up the seam, and again, one of those guys that can just like find the middle of the zone and just sit down. You know, eventually it's just going to become pitch and catch for him and Baker if he does take off. So, screenplay, and then houses it, right? Pretty sure. Nope. Okay. But still, decent yardage. Again, that's one of those things that we saw Emeka do. We've seen Chris Godwin do a lot of screen. Again, he's going to be good for like a lot of those screen plays, jet sweeps, stuff like that. Stuff that need quick hit yardage. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm tired, but I'm not tired. Again, this quarterback has all day to throw. I see 8 in Oregon. I just think Marcus Mariota, but I know it's not. I know it's not Marcus Mariota. Nope, we got him on a punt return here. Boom, run up. Like, man, he just accelerates so fast. Like, it almost looks like that footage is sped up, but it's not. I mean, shifty little guy. Shifty. All right, seeing him in a stack. I mean, just wide open. I mean, just making some of those cuts in open space. Turn a little something into nothing. I mean, he's strong too. I mean, doesn't look like he would be that strong, but he's pretty strong. You know, tossing some of these guys around. Oh, good move. Good move on the joystick. Way to hit him with that whoop. Got him at the bottom of the formation. QB looking that way all day. Splits the defender. Oh my god, man! If he would have broke out of that, oh, that would have been nuts. That would have been nuts. Oh my gosh. So a couple honorable mentions here. A couple of undrafted free agents that we got. We picked up Shiloh Sanders, Deion's son, other son. Obviously, Shador going to the Cleveland Browns a lot later than maybe they anticipated. But we got Shiloh. He's a free safety. Again, defensive piece. And I love his style of play. He's very aggressive. I couldn't find any highlight reels of him, or else I would have broke those down too. But fantastic player. I think he'll fit in well to our defense. Also, another big one that we got literally was Desmond Watson. Now, for those of you who don't know Desmond Watson, I mean, he went viral on the internet like last year. I mean, just big, just massive guy. Just a whole lot of as a good quote that I heard one time from the greatest player of all time, Lawrence Taylor. This is a whole lot of fabric. All right, that's gonna be a big jersey. That's all I know. The dude's like 6'7", 470 pounds, and he runs a sub 540. And he's going to be sitting right in the middle with Vita Vea. We're going to have 1,000 pounds over the center. So good luck running, I guess. So we got that. We got him. Again, we got Shiloh. So a couple honorable mentions there. So excited for this upcoming season. But you know, we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's great to be back with another season of One-on-One with BG. I hope you guys are excited, just as excited as I am, because I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled. Okay. Schedule release is just around the corner. We'll break that down. We'll do another prediction. If you guys remember last year, I predicted us going 10-7, and we went 10-7. Maybe I didn't get some of the games right, but you know what? We went 10-7, and we won the South again for 4 straight years. So we'll do another breakdown of the schedule release. But yeah, make sure you guys are following me. Follow me on Instagram at BrianG_326X. So that way you can stay up to date with all these episodes. You can also follow my YouTube channel, which is going to be the same handle at BrianG_326X. You can also follow these episodes at KFRSPRTScast as well, guys. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I really appreciate you guys. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out and go Bucs.